and I will be talking about the Asian longhorn beetle, Anaphora gabbler pinus.
And my name is Trevor, and I will be discussing the Asian citrus phyllid, or the Diaphorina citri.
Today we'll be debating which would be a better invading species, the Asian longhorn beetle or the Asian citrus psyllid. What makes the Asian longhorn beetle such a good invader is its ability to live and grow in various species of trees. The USDA reports that these tiny creatures are capable of invading and destroying over 15 plant families, and 25 of those species are found in the United States. 3 of those families, maples, elms, and willows, dominate many North American forests, providing an easy target for these beetles all across the country. Many believe it's the adult beetle that causes problems, but it's actually the larvae itself that are so destructive to these trees. These wood-eating larvae are hard to spot. The USDA APHIS reports that they are the size of a grain of rice and take down whole trees by just feeding on the bark. Along with their small size, making them an excellent invader, many people don't know that they have an infestation because of that small size until years after it has taken place. Also, these wood-boring insects find their way easily into the country through wooden crates or packaging that's often overlooked. So with characteristics like these, it's hard to be an invader like this.
The Asian citrus psyllid is such a good invader species because of its extremely fast reproductive rate. Each female psyllid can reproduce around 800 offspring in her lifetime. In addition to this, the species has been found in the field to have up to 16 generations in a single year. With these two compounding, even if only half of the population produced were females, a single female psyllid can lead to 64 million more females in a single period of 3 months. Since the arrival in the US in 1998, the Asian citrus psyllid has spread completely across the southern half of the nation. It has taken place most extensively along the Gulf Coast. The species has almost completely permeated the entirety of the Gulf of Mexico. The Asian citrus psyllid is also one of the few carriers of the Hong Long Bing disease that affects and kills citrus plants. These bugs alone have led to entire nation's citrus industries collapsing, and thus they are an extremely dangerous invader.
It seems like the Asian citrus psyllid can only take down citrus trees found mostly in the southern US region and does not have a wide range of species it can feed on. A longhorn beetle can basically wipe out trees in any of the 50 states as long as any one of those 25 species of trees is present. Also, the rate at which these beetles can spread from tree to tree is incredible. Rapid spreading and its ability to be able to be almost found anywhere is basically anywhere there's basically a tree is what makes this insect such a good invader over yours.
The longhorn beetle's ability to spread quickly is certainly an important aspect to consider, but the psyllid also possesses the ability to spread from tree to tree very quickly. And the abundance of trees for the longhorn beetle to infest is also a good point. However, the extremely fast reproductive rate of the psyllid makes invasions by an extremely difficult problem to face. In fact, the USDA has quarantined any area in which the psyllid has been found. Due to this, psyllid invasion is not only quick but persistent, which makes it a better invader.
I agree. The psyllid Having a fast reproductive rate is something that makes it a great invader, but the longhorn beetle is able to make up for that through other characteristics. The USDA also quarantined, or rather tried to, in areas where the longhorn beetle was present. However, another reason this invader is so great is because many people do not realize they have a longhorn beetle infestation until maybe years after that population has already been established. At this point, making that infestation almost impossible to control. This is where that small size of the larvae really comes into play. Harder to see equals harder to control. Before you know it, this invader can take down a whole forest.
That's a compelling argument. Both species seem to possess some similar traits that constitute good invaders. Have extremely small young. In fact, the psyllid's eggs are only zero point 0.3 millimeters long, and both can spread from tree to tree very quickly. So both species seem extremely difficult to control and can absolutely be devastating to the flora they infect. They seem to both be very potent invaders for human society to contend with.
Yeah, I feel that both of these insects are excellent invaders in their own unique ways. However, I think the longhorn beetle has more characteristics that make it a better invader than the Asian citrus psyllid. Its wide range of species it attacks, its larva's small size, being hard to detect, and its being able to enter any country is what gives this insect the power of being so successful as an invader. This particular beetle is important to study because it does devastate thousands of trees every year. It's important to know how to get these invaders under control to avoid further invasions. So, fortunately, according to entomology today, a lot of research is being done, like using female pheromones to help manage this pest. With research like this being done, the future looks promising for possible eradication, but not so promising for this invader.
The Hung Lao Bing disease make it a more devastating invader. Its ability to quickly invade a country and completely destroy its citrus industry, as it has proven time and time again, would be hard for any species to contend with. Researchers are currently searching for ways to combat the psyllid, and they've started to include planting Hong Lao Bing free citrus germplasm to destroy their main food source. And they also are testing the effectiveness of different systematic pesticides in order to finally defeat these creatures. And as such, along with the longhorn beetle, the future definitely looks grim for the invader.